Before arriving, hi there. I don't really want to give out my name necessarily because I'm doing some stupid shit, but you know how it is. So, I just thought I'd make, a new YouTube channel and just start posting shit like this. There's not going to be much editing in these videos, just something to change my voice. And, that's probably about it. Maybe cut out the first couple seconds where I'm not saying anything, so you know how it is. So, I just want to talk to you guys about some stuff I'm doing. I'm covering my face for a reason, by the way. I just don't want anyone to see it. So I'm also changing my voice in post, because I don't know how to do that actively. It looks much better with this fully covered. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay, well, let me show you what I've been working on. So, a long time ago, back in 2018, when I was 14, I created my own language. I was planning stupid shit, so I was like, I don't want anyone to know what it is. So I just made my own little language, and let me find a page in here where I wrote that. I think I should have a couple, I think. There we go, here's a good page. I think the camera's flipped so you can't really... Oh wait, no it's not. It's hard to see through these goggles, but... Yeah, so I just made my own little language. You know how it is. Hide all the dumb shit I was doing, so there you can see more of that. Or am I covering up the wrong thing? Yeah, so you can kind of see that a little bit. So, anyways, I used to do some really dumb shit, right? Some illegal stuff that I got in trouble for, got arrested or whatever. And, I was like, hey, I'm kind of inspired to do some stuff again. But nothing illegal, it's stupid, but basically, I don't know if you've seen these memes at all, but basically this old PBS show called Wordgirl just got popular out of nowhere again. So I started watching it, and I saw a bunch of memes, and I was like, oh, one character really caught my attention. It was Theodore Toby McAllister III. You can see him up on screen. He's somewhere on the screen, you can see him. And, he builds robots because he is an Olive with, God, how do I say this in that language? No, that doesn't sound right. I'll have to type this out so I can see if I can't even type it. So that is, let me think. If I can get my fingers on the right part of the keyboard. So, yeah, so the character is Romolev Dorgus Dolive Trial. Yeah, okay. So I said that right. You'll see a translation at the bottom of the screen. There's some things I just don't want other people to hear. You know how it is. So, yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm not saying I'm Olumvum, but I definitely want something to work towards, if you know what I mean. So, in that show, he's basically a villain, right? He's one of the villains. And his shtick is he creates robots. That's what he does, So he just makes giant robots, he destroys the city or whatever, purely to get the attention of that character that I mentioned previously. And I was like, hey, I wonder if that would work in real life. So I was like, hey, why don't we try something, Yeah. Gosh. So I have here, I got this book from where did I get this book from? Not a Home Depot. Oh, not a Home Depot. What is that? Office Max, I think? There's 90-some pages. So I started doing research on how to build a robot. I'll show you some of the stuff I can't really see what I've written down because these goggles, they're fractals. So it's like you see 8 different images. So it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that I have been doing a lot of stuff in this. I don't know how many pages I've written out in their entirety, but some of it is just notes I copied from a website, and others is I'm trying to learn right now basically the problem I'm having is I'm trying to build my first ever robot, and the board I'm getting is called 3-dot board. It only has 2 motor outputs, so you can only have like 2 wheels, and you can get more motor outputs, but you have to buy something called, I think it's called a shield, and then you attach that on there, and then you can get more. But that's like $30, and then I would also have to spend an extra $6 on more motors, and then also more money on extra wheels, so I'm like, I don't want to do that. So what I was thinking is I can use one motor, and then power, like how a car does, like, and power an axle to spin, so it spins 2 wheels at once. But there's no tutorial online for how to do that, so I'm like, I can figure it out myself, right? So I was thinking, okay, what if you had a gear system? Like you had the motor in a gear, and then that gear was turning, and it turned a gear it was attached to parallel to it, and that would turn the axle. So I was like, okay, yeah, that'll work. But I was like, does it have enough, like, can it put enough pressure on the gear to turn that and the axle while also supporting the weight of the motherboard and all that? So I started trying to figure out how to calculate this stuff, and I calculated a bunch of stuff for the gears, or for the gear motors that I want to get, and calculating all that was easy. And I think what I needed to calculate next was torque, so I calculated that. That was also pretty easy to find out. But now I need to figure out the volume of the wheel, because I plan on 3D printing. My father has a business partner who has a 3D printer, and he'd be willing to let me use it for my stuff, so I need to figure out the volume of the stuff I want to print, so I can, determine its weight and mass and whatever, so I can determine whether, it produces enough, or it outputs with enough force to actually turn 2 gears, an axle, and 2 wheels. So that's my current dilemma. And finding the volume of a gear does actually have a formula, surprisingly. I figured it'd just be like a circle with some kind of weird thing, and it's kind of like that, but it's a little more complicated. But I'm trying to figure that out right now, and I'm trying to figure out what a dedendum circle is and all this shit. It's way too hard for no good reason. Yeah, but I mean, hey, that's a start, right? And then I can build little. I was thinking to myself, what if I built a little flamethrower robot, but like not a real one, because that would require I have to buy a bunch of stuff that would put me on another list. And I have this thing. It's like, hey, what if I made a little. I keep covering up the wrong thing because the camera's flipped and it's hard to see. But this little thing. I was like, hey, what if I make that, and just have a little lighter in there, have like a hairspray or something. And I can use a motor to turn a lever to press the button on the hairspray, and have a button for the lighter in there as well. And remote control obviously, so you can move it around and just shoot a little fire out, I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Don't think that. I would never. You'll never catch me being crazy. You fucking. That's absurd. That's absurd, man. Oh, shit. Sorry, that was the thing from my glass. Oh, you almost saw my eye there. That's not good. We don't want that. We do not want that. So that's all I have about right now, I think. But I might as well start doing this every day. I don't see why not. I can just do it at night or after school or whatever. So yeah, we're gonna start with this. We're gonna see how it goes. I don't know if anyone's gonna be interested in seeing the developments. But we'll see if I can get a sort of Mexican girl or whatever race Kuzva is, and then we can basically I just want I want to Wuzguv a fuck, how do you say this? Survival, yeah. I'm sorry, I struggle to say long words in this fucking pig Latin-esque language, but you know how it is. You know how it is. Also, sorry if you can hear me breathing in my mask. This is really, it's not tight, but it just, for some reason, it presses on my nose the wrong way, so it always sounds like I'm, like, oh, excuse me. it just sounds like squeaky in my nose when I breathe in, so it's annoying. But you know, whatever. Do I have anything else to say? Yeah, this is a 10-minute video. It'd be good if I had ad revenue, but I have other channels on YouTube. I'm obviously not gonna, tell you what those are, but I'm sure you could figure it out if you looked hard enough. I don't think you understand how painful it is to look through these glasses, because you have to really focus on just like one part of the the crystal. So then you can kind of focus on what you're doing, but the parts are so tiny. They're all different colors too, so it's just trippy as hell. And then also with these light in the dark glasses, it makes it even harder to see because it blocks off the lower half of my vision. So, but I just think it looks cool. So yeah, I'll keep you updated with my evil plans. Let's see if I can take over a city. That'd be fun, right? FBI, I'm kidding. My FBI agent Frank, great guy. He listens to me rant all the time, but no, he's a great guy. You know I'm joking for the most part. Alright, man, learn to take a joke. I'll tell you this much. Terrorist investigators, they do not take jokes lightly. They really don't. But, yeah, Frank, alright, put in a good word for me, alright? I'm just trying to do some fun stuff, alright? Gosh. Well, I guess that's all for today. I'll see you guys later.